Just as fans were gearing up for another season with the New Orleans Saints, a bombshell announcement has rocked the NFL world. Derek Carr, the four-time Pro Bowl quarterback who has been a familiar face on the gridiron for over a decade, has decided to hang up his cleats at the relatively young age of 34. The reason behind this sudden departure? A serious shoulder injury, one that has apparently brought his promising career to an unexpected and premature end. Think about it. Carr, a second-round draft pick back in 2014, has been a consistent presence under center, leading both the Oakland and Las Vegas Raiders for the majority of his career before joining the Saints. He's thrown for over 200 yards and 257 touchdowns, a testament to his skill and dedication to the game. Now, just as he was embarking on his second season with the Saints, a team with Super Bowl aspirations, this devastating news breaks. Carr himself addressed his retirement in a heartfelt statement released by the Saints. He spoke of the incredible blessing of his 11-plus years in the league and expressed deep gratitude to teammates, coaches, management, ownership, and especially the fans who made his journey so special. He mentioned the difficult conversations and prayers with his wife Heather that led him to this life-altering decision. The timeline of this injury is particularly revealing. According to the Saints, Carr began experiencing pain in his right shoulder as he started his preparations for the 2025 season. This was his first time throwing with significant force since suffering a hand injury and a concussion back on December 8th of the previous year. It seems the rigors of off-season training brought to light a more serious underlying issue. Subsequent scans revealed the grim reality. Carr was dealing with a labral tear and, more concerningly, significant degenerative changes to his rotator cuff. This wasn't a minor setback. It was a serious structural issue with potentially long-term consequences. The team stated that surgery was an option, but it would have sidelined him for the entire 2025 season, effectively ending any hopes of him leading the Saints that year. More alarmingly, there was no guarantee that even after surgery and rehabilitation, Carr would ever return to his peak performance level. Faced with such uncertainty and the prospect of a year on the sidelines, what were the key factors that weighed most heavily on Carr's decision to retire rather than undergo surgery? Was the long-term health of his shoulder the primary concern, or were there other considerations at play? Interestingly, Carr had alluded to his injury just last month during a church service. While not going into specific details, he used his physical struggles to speak about the importance of focusing on the Word of God rather than being swayed by outside opinions. This suggests that his faith played a significant role in how he processed and ultimately made this difficult decision. How did Carr's public statements about his injury and faith offer clues about his potential retirement? Did his spiritual perspective provide him with a sense of peace and acceptance regarding this career-ending situation? Derek Carr's retirement at 34 leaves a significant void in the NFL landscape. A four-time Pro Bowler, he was considered a reliable and talented quarterback. His career, spanning the Raiders' transition from Oakland to Las Vegas and culminating in a brief but hopeful stint with the Saints, is now over. His older brother, David Carr, also played in the NFL, making football a family affair. Derek Carr finishes his career with impressive statistics, but the lingering question remains. What could Derek Carr have achieved in the remaining years of his prime had this injury not occurred? Were the Saints on the verge of a Super Bowl run with him at the helm? What kind of legacy will Carr ultimately leave behind, considering the abrupt and unfortunate circumstances of his retirement? This sudden end to a promising career leaves fans and analysts alike pondering the what-ifs and reflecting on the fleeting nature of professional sports. Derek Carr's decision to retire at 34, a pivotal moment for him and the New Orleans Saints, wasn't made in a vacuum. It was the culmination of a physical reality laid bare during his off-season training. As the Saints detailed, the pain in his right shoulder wasn't just a nagging ache. It was a sign of significant structural damage, a labral tear coupled with significant degenerative changes to his rotator cuff. For a quarterback, the shoulder is everything. It's the engine that drives the throws, the source of power and precision. To have that compromised in such a fundamental way presents a career-altering, if not career-ending, challenge. The team presented Carr with an option: surgery, but this wasn't a simple fix with a guaranteed return to form. The surgery itself would have sidelined him for the entirety of the 2025 season. Imagine that, an entire year watching from the sidelines, unable to lead your team, contribute on the field, or even fully participate in the camaraderie of the locker room. And even after that grueling year of recovery and rehabilitation, the Saints were candid. There was no guarantee Derek would return to the level of strength, function, and performance of play to which he was accustomed. Think about that uncertainty, putting your body through a major surgical procedure with no assurance of being the same player on the other side. For a competitor like Derek Carr, who has dedicated his life to the sport, that kind of gamble carries immense weight. Considering the severity of the injury and the uncertain outcome of surgery, what specific long-term risks to his overall health and quality of life might Carr have been facing had he opted for the procedure and attempted a comeback? Carr's own words, delivered during a recent church service, offer a glimpse into his mindset during this challenging period. While he didn't delve into the medical specifics, his emphasis on the importance of faith and not being swayed by outside opinions suggests a deep internal struggle and a reliance on his spiritual beliefs to guide him. It speaks to a man grappling with a decision that transcends the game itself, touching upon his identity, his future, and his well-being. How might Carr's strong faith have provided him with the clarity and peace needed to make such a difficult decision? Especially when faced with conflicting medical advice or the pressure to continue playing, the impact of Carr's retirement reverberates far beyond his personal life. The New Orleans Saints, a team that had built its hopes, at least in part, around his leadership, now face an unexpected void at the most critical position. Their off-season plans, their draft strategy, their very outlook for the 2025 season have been thrown into flux. The acquisition of Louisville quarterback Tyler Show in the second round of the recent NFL draft now takes on an entirely new significance. What was perhaps envisioned as a developmental pick for the future might now be thrust into a more immediate role, potentially alongside other quarterbacks on their roster like Spencer Rattler and Jake Haener. The dynamics of their quarterback room have shifted dramatically overnight. How will the Saints' coaching staff, led by Kellen Moore, navigate this sudden change in their quarterback situation? Will they lean on the inexperience of their younger quarterbacks, explore the free agent market for a veteran presence, or perhaps even consider a trade to fill the considerable void left by Carr's departure? For the Raiders faithful, who witnessed Carr's journey from a promising rookie to a four-time Pro Bowler over 9 seasons, this news likely brings a sense of closure to a significant chapter in their franchise history. He was the face of the team through their transition from Oakland to Las Vegas, weathering coaching changes and organizational turbulence. While playoff success eluded him with the Raiders, his individual achievements and dedication to the team were undeniable. His departure from the Raiders in 2023 was already an emotional moment, and this finality of his career will undoubtedly spark reflection on his time with the Silver and Black. Considering his long tenure and the emotional connection he forged with the Raiders fan base, how will Derek Carr be remembered in the annals of Raiders history? Will his individual accomplishments outweigh the lack of significant playoff success in the minds of the Raider Nation? Looking at the broader NFL landscape, Carr's retirement at 34 serves as a stark reminder of the physical toll the game takes on its players. Even for quarterbacks who are often afforded more protection than other positions, the cumulative impact of hits, strains, and the sheer physicality of the sport can lead to premature career endings. Carr's situation, with degenerative changes already present in his shoulder, highlights the long-term consequences that athletes face. Could Carr's retirement at this juncture signal a growing trend of players prioritizing their long-term health and well-being over the desire to continue playing, especially when faced with significant and potentially irreversible injuries? Derek Carr leaves the NFL having etched his name in the record books with over 41,200 passing yards and 257 touchdowns. He was a respected leader, a consistent performer, and a player who carried himself with professionalism both on and off the field. While he never reached the pinnacle of winning a Super Bowl, his impact on the teams he played for and the countless fans he entertained is undeniable. His career, though cut short by injury, was a testament to his talent and dedication to the game he loved. As we process this significant news here at C-Trends, we want to hear from you. What are your immediate reactions to Derek Carr's retirement? What do you think the future holds for the New Orleans Saints, and what are your lasting memories of Derek Carr's career in the NFL? Share your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below. Your insights are a vital part of our C Trends community. If you want to stay on top of all the breaking news and in-depth analysis from the world of celebrity and entertainment, including the ever-evolving stories within the NFL, make sure you subscribe to C Trends and hit that notification bell. We bring you the stories that matter, providing context and analysis you won't find anywhere else. To delve deeper into other significant career changes and unexpected departures in the world of sports, you might want to check out our video on Drusky vs. his accuser's lawyers. The full story, or our analysis of Diddy versus Cassie. The truth about their violent relationship. These videos offer a broader perspective on the challenges and realities faced by celebrities. You can find links to these videos on your screen right now. Thank you for joining us here on C Trends. Your engagement and support allow us to continue bringing you the stories you care about. Stay informed, stay engaged, and we'll see you in the next video.